Story time, the job is gone. Hola, Ginalito, aka Mahadi, not Mahali, the girl that calls 4+1 countries home. We're gonna keep going up, and then it's gonna be like 6 when we get married. Unless the country is one of the 5, of course. How are you guys? Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Feel at home, be at home, leave me a comment, click that like, and forward the video, subscribe, join the membership. Right to ho. So a lot of you have been asking, about my working in the mines. Every time I see someone or I get inboxes, contrary to popular belief, I actually do not share each and every part of my life. Okay, so I went to the mines. Remember when I got a job? I don't know how to call it. I'm gonna say story time. The job is gone. Basically, essentially, that's the story I'm telling right now. I'm still employed though, but I'm getting no income. I have no income. I had applied to the mines to do casual. I wanted to try it out and see how it goes, how it fits with my family. You know, I have 2 teenagers. My girl is 15. My boy is 19. I knew they're okay on their own. You know, it's not something to worry about. But I had wanted to check how it's gonna go, how they'll be affected by that, and how I would be physically affected by that. I knew the kind of job, and I knew my legs. I knew I can't stand for too long without taking breaks. I actually declared my medical condition to the medical people that, look, I had an accident. I had an accident 19 years ago, and my leg gives me issues sometimes, but I will be able to do the job, which is the truth. So for you guys who followed me, you know that like I was struggling even to walk on day 1. Day 2, like, they actually gave me a break on day 3. They said, okay, come to the office and do your LMS. Like, LMS, what does it stand for? Learning something system, I think. But it's like an induction. Yeah, an online induction. You answer questions, you do their courses, their mini courses. They've got lots of courses about health and safety, about this, about that, about this and that. I did that all day. Woo! While I was sitting there, my feet were like, what do Cha-Cha say in English? Like, I don't know how to put it in words. Like, it's that sort of pain. Like, it's painful when you're standing, and when you're sitting, it's even more painful. It's like, you don't know what the solution is. I knew I do have that problem. But I hadn't had it in so long because I don't let myself, like, I had never, let's just say, well, when I'm standing, like anywhere, if we're having lunch or whatever, or if I'm standing at church, I'm chatting with people, I will start feeling it. And I think, okay, I need to go to the car or sit down. But when I'm at a place where I can sit, I just, tell whoever I'm talking to that, okay, can we sit down? My feet hurt. So I thought, okay, it will be this, that kind of a thing. Breaks every 2 hours. And I was thinking, we should be all right. So first day, they did try, but you don't get a break exactly after 2 hours, because there's lots of you and you don't take a break all at once except for lunch. We have 3 half-an-hour breaks, and we started at 3:30 a.m. first break was breakfast at 5:36, depending on how busy it is, because our job was I worked in the kitchen. Yes, I work in the kitchen. In the kitchen, we're not cooks, but we're helping the chefs. We're cleaning up, we're setting up the tables, we're making sure there's enough food, because it's like self-service. We're making sure, we're replacing. If the yogurt finishes, you go get more. The fruits, you go get more. Whatever, the pies, the rice, whatever it is that's running out, you put more. You go, you know what I mean? And then after that, you label the food, the remaining food, the leftovers, you put the use first, you put the dates on. Like, that's the sort of thing we're doing in the morning. We're checking the temperature of the food, like they have to be at a certain temperature, each fridge, so you check the food, you take samples of foods, those are the sorts of things we did. And then of course the cleaning the tables, you cleaning the floors, you do the dishes, you do the pots, you do the packing of the fruit, you do when the delivery come, so that's the sort of thing I was doing. So it's an 11-hour shift. It's 11 hours every day for 2 weeks. That's the job. And I was just there 1 week, because when I got my job, I had an appointment with a specialist, actually related to my leg, So I broke my leg in a car accident in 2003. I had been doing well. I'd healed well, my leg was broken into pieces. My thigh bone, as a result, my right leg is shorter than my left leg. So over the years, I became stronger, fitter, to a point where I ran. 2019, I ran a half marathon. After that, that's when I started having problems. Well, I couldn't walk for a while. I was in pain. Until September. From May, I had run this thing in April, May, the HBF one, for those who are in Perth. And then once I felt like I had recovered, I decided, okay, we're going to start with walking. So I started with walking, parking the car at the kids' school and walking home, then walking back in the afternoon to pick the kids up. I did that for 1 week. And I just could not walk the next day. Like, I was limping by Friday. I could not walk. That's where my problems started. That's why now I was seeing the specialist. I had been on the waiting list since then, since 2019, when I was going now. I had stopped hurting, but I still wanted to know what's going on, and I didn't want them to remove me on the waiting list. I didn't want to not get seen after all that. I had gone through a lot of physio, and I was now back at the gym. I was now okay, but I still could not kneel anymore. I still can't. My right knee, it's so painful when I kneel, so I can't kneel. Bending, I couldn't squat. At some point, I still can't consistently squat. Right now, I've been in pain actually for a while. You may notice that I've gained weight, whatever. I've been binging for 4 weeks. That's another story. But I've also been unable to exercise because I've been in pain. My leg, my shoulder, that's even, yeah. Anywho, back to what I'm talking about. So, generally, I can't squat, so I can't lift. I can't, so since 2019, walking up the stairs, I couldn't walk up the stairs. Sometimes I could not walk at all. Like, I could not walk. Getting out of bed, I would wake up in so much pain, and I didn't know what's going on. The scans were showing nothing. Like, I'm fine. My knee is just the wear and tear from the accident. Hence, I was referred to a specialist. But now, 2022, I'm now okay. By the time I'm applying for this job at the mines, I'm okay. I'm not having trouble with walking up the stairs. I can even do a couple of squats, which was part of the health check, without being aided, because when I joined the gym last year or early this year, or not, like through the physio, the squatting I do is the one where you're holding on to the thing. There's this thing you hold on to and then you squat. It supports you there. So the burden is not on the knees per se. I don't do lunges because the knee, if I'm doing lunges, also I'm holding on to that thing. But now when I was in England, when I was doing my thing, I was doing my lunges, I was doing my squats, no pain. Yay! Anywho, so now I did that week at the mines and then I came home. Rewind. So day 1, day 2, I'm in a pain. The second day, like the pain, I felt like I'm standing on hot coal. Okay, I was coping, I was fine, I was going to the toilet. When I feel the pain, I go to the toilet. Just to give myself like a little bit of a break and then go back. But then when I'm in pot wash, there's no break. You take a break when it's break time. Also you get in the mode, you're working. I was helping this girl, she was showing me how it works and everything. I mean, she's just one of the employees. And this was before they knew that, okay, this thing is actually a problem. I don't know if they saw that I wasn't okay because I was holding back tears. Like I was really trying hard to be okay. But I was in so much pain. Excruciating pain. And I'm feeling emotional as I say, I was in so much pain. My feet, oh my goodness. So for me, what I have noticed is my feet have been painful like that with the standing since the accident. My legs are not the same length. So I mean, I don't know, I'm not a doctor. But anywho, so they gave me LMS on Wednesday. My feet were still painful while I was sitting there, but it was so helpful that when I went back to work on Thursday, no pain. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, because I came home Monday night. So I was going to be home for a week and come back for 2 weeks now when I come back. Because the people I was with had been there. They had worked a week already. So I was joining that team. My supervisor was amazing. She was incredible. She was asking all the time, are you okay? I was like, yeah. And now I didn't want to be taking breaks early or anything. I was waiting for my turn. And the pain was still there. But it was manageable. Like it was like it was bearable, So I came home. When I came home, they cancelled the appointment. The thing was unwell until August. Now at work, they called me to say, oh, the other thing. You see, when you haven't worked and you don't know how things work, there was 2 things. There was an event that I was getting invited to overseas that I wanted to go to. And it was on my date. It was on the time that I'm supposed to be working. And then they had sent me my schedule up to March. I'm working all of December. And I want to go home in December, And so I tell the lady, because I'm like, oh, last thing you want is to inconvenience people. You want time off later. Now that you're going to go away. Tell them now and see if they can swap you with someone. I tell her. Oh, she was so annoyed. She was telling me off like she's my mother. Even my mother doesn't talk to me like that. She used to. I said to her, I did apply for casual because I knew I have pre-planned family holiday in December. I think I didn't handle that situation properly. I didn't handle that situation well. But I should have just said to her, please don't talk to me like that. Basically. because she was condescending. Like, she was talking to me. She had no respect. She was talking to me like, nah, don't talk to me like that. Please, please don't talk to me like that. In that tone. Whatever. I should have just said that, But I said, well, I did apply for, that's why I applied for casual. Because I knew I have a pre-planned holiday in December. But I was hoping I'll be able to get that time off. And I could have just, like people who are more experienced in this working thing, they say, no, you don't tell them. You should have just, you have an option. You could have just quit, because I want to go back to uni next year anyway. So I could have just kept quiet and simply quit. So I also was in two minds because I know uni is in February. I want to come back and work in January. Also, I don't know where this will take me. I might want to keep working. I don't know. I haven't quite decided, but I do want to go back to uni. So yeah, I said to her, actually, this lady said, well, that's why I applied for casual, because I knew I have a pre-planned holiday and I want to go study next year. I'm considering that this job is not for people who don't know what they're doing with their lives, who don't know what they want to do. She told me off in front of everyone. I was just quiet. Anywho, so I did my remaining days. She wasn't even looking at me in the face now. But my supervisor was extremely good. So this lady was shouting at me. She does the schedules, She sort of like manages the village. She's one of the people in the office anyway. So I had a good time. I loved my team. It was really good. Like, I loved it so much, guys. I really enjoyed it. My only thing was my feet. I enjoyed it so much, and I was looking forward to a week break and going back. And then, of course, when I got here, my specialist can't see me. So I told them, guys, now during this time, they call me at work. I was called by HR. HR called me and asked how I'm feeling, how am I doing. I said, no, I loved it, whatever. They said, I hear you have having issues with your feet. I said, yeah, my feet were giving me trouble, but after that break, it really, really helped. I was good, Then they asked, when are you seeing your thing? So I told them it's actually just been postponed now, so I don't know what to do because my specialist is unwell and they've postponed it. They're going to give me a new date. So he said, it's okay. Just wait until you see your doctor and just get clearance that you can actually work. Tell them exactly what the job entails. Just wait for your appointment. So I got a date that the appointment was the 25th, which is too far. 25th of August. It was actually 25th of August. Was it 25th? Oh my days. Anywho, it was August anyway. I just know I got a reminder. I got a reminder this past week for specialist. I still had it in my phone. It may not have been the 25th. It's just that the 25th is in my head. So I called the hospital. I told them, I'm working FIFO. I need to be seen ASAP. I need to go back to work. I can't wait to August. So they asked if I minded if they changed my specialist. I said, yes, I can see anybody. I just need to be seen. So I was then seen like, this was when June. I was seen, I think, the end of June. Or something, yeah. I got seen the end of June. The guy was just asking questions, and she said, look, she said, your GP needs to write you the letter. I can't do that. But your feet, that's not related to your accident. I was like, oh. He said, nah. She said, so how did they know that your feet hurt? I said, no, I told them. He said, okay, just next time, just don't tell them. Just don't tell them. Your feet hurt. It's not damaging anything. You're standing. and I don't see how it can be related to the accident. That's what the specialist said. And that was it. I got discharged. Because all the problems I had when I got this appointment, when I had this appointment made, I don't have those problems anymore. So anywho, he asked if I'm okay to be discharged. I said, yeah, it's fine. Okay, so what he organized to do was to get my boots lifted so that my legs are the same length, the same height. I told him initially after the accident, I had shoes which were raised, but then as I got stronger, I stopped wearing shoes that are like that. Like I even wear heels, now. Some people don't even know that my legs are not the same height. So I got referred. When HR called me, HR said to come back with a letter. My doctor needs to clear me. On top of that, HR asked me, do I want to be put on casual? Because I had applied for casual. Obviously, she spoke to the other woman. I said, yeah, he said, do you think casual would work better for you? I think it probably would, wouldn't it? I said, yeah, I think it's okay. I can be put to casual. So they drafted a new contract for me. They cancelled the full-time contract that I had, and they drafted a casual contract. I signed that while I was waiting for my specialist. So I got seen, and then I made an appointment with my doctor. My doctor cleared me, but my doctor suggested I get frequent breaks. She did ask me, what do I think? I said, yeah, I think it's good because I wasn't trying to get more breaks than other people. Instead of getting 3 half-an-hour breaks, she suggested I get 4 15-minute breaks and 1 half an hour. Cool. I sent that through. Clearance that my feet is not affecting my accident. It has nothing to do with the accident. Like, I'm fine to work, but she recommends I get 15-minute breaks and whatever. Sent that through. Like, I haven't heard from them since. I did call. I was also getting pressure now from the government because I'm on Centrelink. I'm on job seekers allowance. I need to be looking for work or I need to be employed. So now they needed a letter from my employers to say I am employed with them. When I called them, I called that lady, she said, well, you're on casual now, so we'll call you when we need you. I said, oh, okay. I know they need people. They haven't called me. So that's what's happening. I have not been called yet. But I came home and found my children need me. Emotionally, psychologically, I found they're not doing well. So I thought, it's probably for the best. But also, I don't want to be in my 60s, my 80s, not being able to walk. Because I pushed for a job that was just not physically suitable for me. So I am looking for jobs where I can sit in the mines still because the shmoney and the just time alone. And their father now has a house so they can go to live with him. But also I am looking for things here. As you know, I did the Set 3 in education support. I'm also in one of the schools. I'm registered there as a relief teacher. So I'm applying for all other schools as well, and I'm going to be pushing. But as well, in the meantime, I'm actually pushing my book because I was thinking, because the job that I've been seeing like for term 4. So the term ends like mid-September. So I'm trying to, by the end of August, that's what I was trying to push for, to have finished, or look at the end of August. Because I only started like last week, not this week that finished yesterday. It's Sunday today. But the other week I even calculated how many words I need to type per day to get to the words I'm looking for in a book, for the first draft. But the book, so much crying. It is such a, I can't. Oh, yeah, the book is very, very, very triggering. So it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. So we are taking a break. Some days we're just having an emotional break. And then we concentrate on job hunting, editing CVs for the jobs, go back to the book, break. And then I'm trying to distract myself as well. And then we're just watching Netflix with the children, chatting about life, and then going back to the book, and then crying, and then taking 2 days break, and then just needing to not talk to anybody, and then going back to job hunting. So that's my life right now. That's what I've been doing right now. And I know God will bring something suitable for my family. Something suitable for my family. And yeah, I just need to surrender. Yeah, that's it. That's the story in Balamori. So that's what's happening with the jobs in the mine. A lot of you have been asking. So next time I'll just send the link to this video when someone asks me, are you still at the mines? Are you still at the mines? So I'm still at the mines, but I'm not. And I'm not going to push them. I was thinking to call and say, hey, I've got shoes now that will help my standing. And I know you guys need people. When are you going to call me? But I'm thinking, you know what? My family is benefiting from me being home. We're all struggling mentally right now. And we need each other. That's the season we're in. And the divorce thing, I think I don't need a video for it. Just a quick update. I did I filled in a response to divorce, which then meant I don't need to attend the hearing. So the hearing was on Thursday, the 25th of August. So I'm yet to hear what happens next. I served him with my response. It was such a difficult day. Even the night before, I was just telling my daughter that, look, I'm not okay. I just need to dance. I need to put some dance music because I'm not okay. I shut the door. I played it loud in my ear and I just cried and cried and cried and cried. I was sobbing. I was playing, my song now is Angazi Ngizoyaphi. Hey, I write it down here and I remember it. I've been playing. That song has taken me through. It's been such a difficult week. I felt so alone. I felt so alone. So alone. I think that's why I cried the most, because I felt alone. Thought of my dad. I thought how I could just tell him exactly how I feel and he would be able to handle it. It wouldn't hurt him. Well, maybe it did, you know, but he would be able to. I thought of my grandma because I could tell her everything. All these people are gone. And right when I was just crying and crying and crying, I decided to have a look at these papers. And that's why I saw for the first time that you can actually respond. If someone has filed and you don't disagree with the divorce, but you disagree with the contents of their application. And that's when I did it. It was saying it should have been put, should put within whatever days. And then the next day I was on the phone with the court all day. So this was I think it was Friday. It was the Friday before when I was feeling low. It wasn't the day before. Yeah, it wasn't the day before. And I was on the phone with the court all day just to know, like, how do I do it? Where do I go? They tell you login details to this portal. That's why I was going to be on the phone conference call for the hearing, because it's just all the way in Melbourne, which is on the other side of the world. So that got sorted, and we managed to serve him but then by the time I served him, because I printed it out. I remember I printed it out on a Monday morning, and I had my therapy. That strengthened me so much, and that's when I continued with I got back on the call, on the chat, online chat, waiting to get to know, okay, what do I do now? And then that's when I served him that Monday, and I felt like such a winner. Ooh, I had such a beautiful week then until Thursday, on the day when I just felt my spirit. I just felt war in me. I just felt, I even asked my son to take my daughter to school. I just needed to be alone. I took a drive. And then I came back and I took a walk. Just playing that song over and over, praying. Oh my goodness. I was feeling darkness. I was feeling darkness. I felt darkness. So I don't know how I'll feel the day I actually get to divorce. I was feeling like that. But yeah, that's the story in Balamori. That's another story in Balamori. So I'll update you guys what happens next. Once I'm a single girl, we shall update you. But thank you so much for your support, guys. So that's the story of the mines. That's the story of the divorce. And yeah, it's a proper struggle. It's a proper struggle emotionally, physically. As I told you in Jay, my body has just been, and for me now, when I start being unwell and stuff, the binging, like, I can't even tell you. But yeah, it's a struggle. Financially, it's a struggle. It's just a struggle, Nje. But God is still coming through. God is, of course, life is not fair. Nothing is fair. I just wish, men need to do better. They just need to do better. When it comes to looking after their kids, they need to do better. That's all I'll say. But yeah, thanks guys, love you. But remember that God loves you even more. And that is true. Let's pray for each other. Ciao, ciao. Hella, you've watched everything. Thank you so much for watching everything. Now don't forget to subscribe and go back to my other videos and scroll and watch everything. There's very good things in here, very good interesting things. You are number one. Now thank you and take care of yourself.